Welcome to the An English Coffee Office. Today is Sunday, November 9, and like every morning, David and Alex are at the coffee machine.
Hey Alex, good morning. How's that coffee treating you today?
Morning, David. It's just what I needed after a hectic morning rush. You look like you could use one, too.
Yeah, I grabbed mine black and strong. Been checking emails since 6. Anyway, did you catch any news this week? I saw something big on US-India trade talks.
Oh, yeah, I read about it on CNN. President Trump said the discussions with Prime Minister Modi are going well. They're aiming to boost bilateral trade to $500 billion by 2030.
Exactly. He even hinted at visiting India next year. Calls Modi a great friend. Sounds like they're easing tariffs on tech and manufacturing goods.
Right. To be honest, it's all about rebalancing the economy. India wants more access for their exports, and the US is pushing for fair deals on energy and investments.
You know, as a sales rep, this could mean more opportunities for us. Imagine selling our products easier in Asia without those high tariffs holding us back.
Totally agree. In project management, stable supply chains are key. If costs drop, we can meet deadlines without budget overruns.
Spot on. We've been complaining about rising material prices lately. This might help turn things around. By the way, how's your team handling the latest project?
It's coming along, but we're juggling a few deadlines. Anyway, speaking of economics, what about that Nobel Prize? The one in economics this year.
Oh, the New York Times had a great piece on it. Joel Mocker, Philippe Aghian, and Peter Howitt won for their research on innovation and growth.
Yeah. They focused on how new ideas drive economic progress. Like creative destruction where old tech gets replaced by better stuff?
Haha. Creative destruction. Sounds like what happens in sales when a competitor launches a shiny new app and we have to step up our game.
Exactly. Their work shows why countries that invest in research and openness see faster development. It's not just about money, it's about fostering creativity in businesses.
True that. Makes me think about our office. We could use some innovation, like better tools for tracking leads. Otherwise, we'll get left in the dust.
For sure. As a project manager, I always push for new methods to streamline workflows. You know, staying ahead of the curve is crucial these days.
Absolutely. Remember last quarter when we barely met targets? A bit of that Nobel-style thinking could change everything. Anyway, on a lighter note, did you see the story about Diwali celebrations?
The eco-friendly ones? Yeah, the Washington Post covered it. In India, people are switching to LED lights and ditching firecrackers to reduce pollution during the festival.
That's the one. It's a big cultural event, but they're making it greener. Families are using sustainable decorations and even planting trees instead of bursting crackers.
It's inspiring. Blends tradition with modern environmental care. Air quality improves, and it sets an example for other festivals worldwide.
Cool, right? I love how they're adapting old customs to fit today's world. No more smoky skies ruining the vibe.
Definitely. It reminds me of our office green initiatives. Like recycling coffee cups here. Small steps, but they add up.
You bet. We should suggest something like that for our next team event. Make it fun and eco-conscious. By the way, how was your weekend? Any plans tying into these news vibes?
It was relaxing. Read up on that trade stuff while sipping tea, you?
Same. Caught the highlights on my phone during a run. Work never fully leaves, huh? Speaking of which, those trade talks might affect our next quarter forecasts.
Oh, for sure. I'll loop in the team during our stand-up meeting. We need to stay in the loop on global shifts.
Good call. As sales, I'll touch base with the leads in international markets. Can't hurt to explore new angles.
Smart. And on the innovation front, maybe we pitch an idea to management based on that Nobel research. Update our software or something.
Yeah. Let's not let the dust settle. It could give us an edge over competitors.
Agreed. Now about Diwali, it's interesting how culture evolves. Makes you think about work-life balance too, right?
Totally. Festivals like that remind us to unplug sometimes. though in this job, calling it a day early is rare.
Tell me about it. But hey, positive news like these keeps things upbeat. Anyway, how's your sales pipeline looking this week?
Steady, but I need to chase a few prospects. You know how it is, always hustling.
I do. My projects are in full swing. Let's catch up later if you want to brainstorm on those trade impacts.
Sounds perfect. This coffee's fueling me up for it. By the way, did I mention the Nobel Trio's emphasis on political openness?
Yeah, they argued that diverse ideas spark growth. Like in democracies where debate leads to better policies.
Right. Relates to business too. Diverse teams come up with killer strategies.
Spot on. Our mixed departments prove that. Anyway, back to Diwali. The lead shift is cutting energy use by a ton.
Impressive. Reports say pollution drops by 30% in some cities. Healthier for everyone involved.
It's a win-win. Tradition preserved, planet protected, inspires me to be more mindful at home.
Me too. Maybe swap out some bulbs here at the office? Small change, big impact.
Let's suggest it. Now, tying back to trade, Trump's comments on Russian oil imports are stirring things up.
Yeah, he reiterated concerns there, but the overall talks seem positive. Fingers crossed for smoother deals.
Hope so. Could stabilize prices for our imports? You know, keep things predictable.
Exactly. Predictability is gold in sales. Anyway, enough news chat. Ready to tackle the day?
As ready as ever. This break was a nice catch-up.
Agreed. See you in the meeting. Have a great one.
You too. Let's make it productive.
Time to get to work. Don't forget to subscribe and practice your English every day. You'll see how it just keeps getting better and better. See you tomorrow. Hope you have a fantastic day.